If you're interested in bullet journaling, I encourage you to watch this video because I'm going to be answering one of the most commonly asked questions that I get regarding bullet journaling. I've got this, and so do you. Welcome back to Reseller Robot, my friends. My name is Beth, and I'm a part-time reseller on eBay, Mercari, Poshmark, and Amazon. And I find a lot of success by bullet journaling. And if you don't know what a bullet journal is, it's simply a planner that you make for yourself that fits your needs for your business and your personal life. And I'm going to link a playlist right up in the right-hand corner of your screen right now of all my bullet journal videos. And I hope you'll take a look at them and learn about bullet journaling. Now, I'm going to address one of the most common questions that I get on my bullet journal videos. And it's actually not a question, it's a comment. And it is, Beth, I simply don't have time to bullet journal. How do you do it? How do you create a bullet journal when you have a full-time job, you're a part-time online reseller, you're a caregiver? How do you do it? And my answer to that is, well, I do it in about 10 days. 10 days before the end of the month, I start my next bullet journal for the month. And I spend about 30 minutes a day, so about 5 hours total of doing that. But you don't have to spend that much time. The reason I spend that much time is I get really creative and I do colors and I do themes and things like that. You don't have to do that. So I'm going to give you some tips and tricks on how to make bullet journaling a lot faster. So let's go ahead and go over to my desktop right now and I'll show you how. Before I give you some tips and tricks, I just wanted to share with you, this is the bullet journal that I'm currently using. It's by the company Dingbats, and I buy it on Amazon. But if you're new to bullet journaling, you might think about just getting a 3-ring binder, and I'm going to show you why in a minute. And that will get you your feet wet on bullet journaling and make sure that this is something that you want to do in the future. So you say you don't have enough time to make a bullet journal. What I find is that the more time that I spend planning for my next month, I save time because when I start my day, I already know exactly what I have on my list to do. I know how much time to allot for each task. And so I'm not running around like a chicken with my head cut off, trying to find all of my list and find my calendar and things like that. Everything is in one place and I can get to it easily. It is a time saver, folks. For purposes of this video, I want you to think about 2 things, only 2 things that you want to track for next month. So let's say that you want to track your water intake on a daily basis, and every week, once a week, you want to do bookkeeping for your business. So that's what we're going to concentrate on, nothing else. You might want to have a calendar in the front of the month, but just those 2 things. So let's take a look at how I would go about finding pages to track those 2 items for next month's bullet journal. So I'm going to go over to Google and I'm going to put bullet journal monthly water tracker. And then I'm going to go to images. And this is going to pull up monthly trackers that you can use for water intake. So let's take a look at them. Okay, here's one for just a week, but you get the idea. You're going to fill in the bottles each day, but we are looking for monthly. Here's one for an entire month, it looks like. Here's one for the month. Just fill in the squares. And here's another one where you just fill in the squares. Here's another example. I'd like to pause this video for just a moment to remind you that if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please do so by hitting the rowboat in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen, and be sure you hit the bell so you'll be notified the next time I go live or upload a video. On this channel, you'll find lots of videos on reselling and bullet journaling and a whole lot more. And as always, I would really appreciate a thumbs up. Now let's get back to the video. Okay, now we're going to do a search for bullet journal bookkeeping tracker. Let's see what we come up with here. Here's a spending log, password keeper. Here's a great one. This one has your monthly budget, checking savings account, monthly expenses. And if those don't suit your needs, I suggest you do a search of bullet journal blank tracker. Here's one for a habit tracker, so you could actually use that for your bookkeeping or for your water. It's completely blank. Here's another one. It's completely blank except for the header and the footer. And here's an example of a blank double page weekly spread page. So what are you supposed to do with these pages? Well, if you have a 3-ring binder, you're simply going to print these pages out on an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, put a 3-ring hole punch in it, and put it into your binder. If you have a bullet journal like I do, you're just going to have to do a snip, copy and paste, make it a little bit smaller on a Word document and print it out, cut it out, and just paste it into your individual pages. Using other people's bullet journal pages is going to be a time saver for you. So when you start with 2 items this month, next month add 1 more item that you want to track. You already have the pages printed from last month and you can build from there. Now I do encourage you to pay for these pages if they are for sale. Someone has spent their time designing these pages, and if they're charging a small fee, I really feel like it's the ethical thing to do, especially if you think that you're going to be using these pages on a regular basis. I hope this has answered your question about bullet journaling. It really doesn't have to take that much time to plan. And again, planning ahead of time is going to save you time in the long run. Until next time, may God keep you in his pocket and paddle on.